The question I get asked most often is, what camera should I get? To which I'll ask, well, what do you want to shoot? Do you want to shoot lifestyle? Do you want to shoot concerts? Do you want to shoot products? Do you want to shoot restaurants, events? What's your main focus? What do you want to do with it? Or do you also want to get in a video as well? And my entire belief is, the camera doesn't make the photographer. Your eye is what makes you the photographer. You can shoot using the cheapest quality lenses, the cheapest quality cameras, and still come out with great results. I started off using a T1i and a knockoff 35mm, but I still got some clean images off of that. It's just a matter of manipulating the light, and it's also a matter of pushing your gear to its limits. I think photographers nowadays obsess over gear because their cameras are being used more for fashion rather than the actual craft itself. Most often I'll see photographers just invest in the most top end, but they haven't really developed their eye or their craft. And that tells me that they were influenced. Most often people will purchase cameras because someone else told them to do that. I've had many people ask me, well, what camera should I get? To which I'll say, these are the ones I will trust for certain situations, but follow a friend to their next shoot. Borrow their camera if possible. Operate the camera with them, so that way you have some hands-on experience with that camera. I used to believe that if I purchased the Canon R5, then I could land all these epic tours, all these epic shoots. I landed these tours before I even purchased my R5. I was using just a basic R, traveling all over Europe, traveling over the US, and still did that using just an R. It isn't about the camera, it's about your perspective. It's about what you bring to the table, what you're able to capture. The point at which I realized that the gear didn't matter too much was when I was asked to join Death Angel on their Act 3 US tour. At that point, I've already shot their European Summer Festival tour, and that entire time I was shooting video on my R. I also had an R5C, but that ate up so much data, so I had to rely on my R. I was shooting everything at 1080, I believe 30 frames to 60 frames a second, and I was still able to pump out long form content and short form content for them. So that's when I realized it's not about the gear, it's about the person behind it. So if someone today asks me what gear they need in order to become a professional, I just say use whatever you can, push it to its limits, and go for it. That's how I did it, and that's where I am right now. So I guess that's also gonna bring me to this next topic. People don't hire you because of your camera. They hire you because of you. They're not buying your camera, they're not buying your gear, they're buying the confidence that you can do the job. Again, when I was asked to join Death Angel on their Act 3 tour, at that point I still had my R, I still had my R5C, but I was shooting primarily on the R because of convenience, and because I had to pump out content so fast. That's the thing. Your clients don't care about settings, they don't care about the gear, they just care that you get the job done. And another aspect of that is, life on the road isn't easy. You have long nights, early mornings, you're editing on the go, you're thinking on the fly, you're capturing moments as they come and go. So again, they're not hiring you because of the gear, they're hiring you because of the confidence you bring to the table. And that point was further solidified when I joined Autumn Kings supporting Melrose Avenue on their US tour. Sometime during the tour, they showed me the photographers I was competing against, and these photographers outshined me in many other ways. Technical aspects, how sharp their images are, their style, and here I am thinking, why did I get hired? And as time progressed, I realized why I got hired over them. I reflected back on our phone call. We had great times just chatting over the phone with them, with the band, their manager, and myself, and we had a great time just getting to know each other. And as the tours progressed, sure, there were some tough times, but it was all about the vibes, it's all about the hang. So remember, it's not about the gear, it's about who you are as a person. Are you capable of doing the job? Are you a good person deep down? Because life on the road is tough, but are you still able to keep yourself composed and do the job under times of stress? I first got into photography in high school. I just wanted to do a fun elective and make an easy A. I didn't know that because of that choice, that I'd be able to travel the world with my cameras. Who inspired me? Music. Art. That's what inspired me. I grew up admiring art in all its forms, whether it's music, painting, photography itself, or any other kind of craft. I like being able to create. Back then, I thought having success in photography meant having your own studio, having lines of clients. And yet, I have a few reliable clients that book me consistently, no studio yet, and yet I get to travel the world with some of these clients. I'd say that's much better than what I originally envisioned. I thought better gear meant better opportunities, but I didn't have the gear that I have right now when I was first asked to go on these tours. I didn't realize that I'd be able to do so without it, but here I am, pushing myself and my gear to its limits. I think the experience that changed my perspective entirely was when Death Angel asked me to join them on their European festival tour. At that point, I was just a random nobody, shooting concerts and writing reviews. And yet, when I got that phone call asking to see if I do video, and then the conversation led into joining them on tour, I was in shock. How? Why, of all people, did I get asked? It wasn't just because of the technical skill. It's because of the person we are. You're vibing, just chatting, having fun, and then going on the road with them, flying out, enjoying the sights. That changed my entire perspective. It's not just about the gear, it's about who you are as a person. Members of the band and members of the crew guided me along the way. They showed me what life on the road is like and what it can be. So long as you're a good person, you're gonna have the ability to travel. The tours themselves taught me so much more than what YouTube could. The ability to adapt on the fly, because no show is ever gonna go perfect. So you gotta be able to roll with the punches and adapt, because of the lighting from venue to venue is always gonna be different. We're not always gonna have the same light cues, we're not always gonna have the same rig, so sometimes it's gonna be a lackluster performance as far as lighting itself. But you still gotta give it your all no matter what. Just as much as the performers are able to give it their all on stage, you gotta be able to give it your all capturing those moments as well. You gotta be open to the moments on and off stage. What surprised me most about working with bands is understanding that they're just regular people. They have their own lives outside of the stage, and they're just down to earth people. As soon as they get off stage, they just want to relax. Everyone thinks that touring is just one big party. It's not like that at all. It is a lot of work. There's so much that goes on to just produce a show. The long drives, the planning, coordinating with the promoters, the show itself, breaking down gear, putting gear into the trailer. There's so much that goes on. There's not really that much time to just let loose like that. The thing that people care about the most after living with you for 2 weeks in a van or in a bus is, are you still the same person that you were when you started off this tour? Navigating a tour is much like navigating a relationship, but with a handful of people. It's being able to maintain your composure, being able to keep a decent attitude no matter how hard it may be on the road, because you're gonna have your long nights, you're gonna have your long drives, you have to wake up early, there's gonna be technical difficulties arise on the stage or off stage, the bus breaks down, the van has a flat tire. There's a multitude of things that can go wrong, but can you roll with it and can you make it work? And when those times arise, when you're exhausted, when you're stressed, the aspects outside of photography are ultimately, can you hang? Can you have a heart to heart? Can you be your true self and still maintain a decent composure on the road? That's the other aspect of tours that not many people tell you about. It's not just about the gear, it's not just about the skill, it's about, are you a decent human being? So remember, when people are hiring you, they're not buying photographs. They're buying the confidence that you can solve their problems. And that could be a multitude of things. It could be high resolution photos. It could be capturing them in their element, capturing their true self. Most of the times when people hire me, it's because they want me to capture them in an element that I'm familiar with. Before I was a photographer, I was a musician, so I know what it's like to be on both ends of the stage. I know what angles I would have loved to be captured in. So I tend to capture that for my client. For portraits, for instance, they're not just buying the photographs, they're buying the experience to be behind my lens. Because most of the times when I capture someone, I'm trying to capture them in their most authentic self, but help make them feel a sense of confidence that they have not yet known. I've had so many sessions where my clients felt so much more confident and had a new sense of self because someone finally took the time to see them, to actually see them. And I don't advertise it much, but I also do corporate events. My mentor brought me out to Keysight to film and interview their staff. And the first year that we did it, I helped make the talent feel much more comfortable, break them out of their shells. And because of that, when my mentor was ultimately asked again to videotape them and he pitched my name, they were excited to have me there again, just to be able to have another familiar face, someone they recognize, and someone that they know will help bring them out of their shell. So again, you're not being hired because of your gear, you're being hired because of the person behind the gear. And another aspect of landing consistent clients is having decent relationships with your clients. People talk, and if you help them feel confident, they're gonna talk about that experience to their friends, and their friends are gonna wanna book you. For instance, a restaurant close by asked me to shoot their photos. The person that hired me also tends to do a lot of health clinics for another one of their jobs. And because we had a very consistent relationship, professional and excitable, bouncing ideas off of each other, then she ultimately hires me for all these other gigs because she's confident that I can be able to capture her vision time and time again. And that didn't happen because of the gear. I didn't even have these cameras that I have now at that time. It's because they trusted that I would be able to capture their vision. And so then that leads us to trust. Trust is necessary when it comes to booking a photographer or being the photographer trusted to capture those memories. Yes, they may be buying the photographs, but ultimately they had to trust you in order to book you. It takes so much for someone to trust another to capture their memories. Memories are fleeting moments that are constantly passing us by. And that can be a terrifying thing to trust another to capture. And photography is such a personal service because you're being invited into someone's life to capture those moments that they wish to immortalize. Whether it be a celebration, an engagement, or an event that you just want captured. They're not just buying the photos, they're buying your ability to capture those moments in an authentic manner. And that takes a lot of trust. And that means the world to me. To know that someone can put their trust into me to capture their moments. And that itself can be nerve-wracking. But to know that you are a part of someone's journey to immortalize those moments for them is such an amazing feeling. And the way that that has changed my workflow is to shoot with empathy. How would the client feel if I captured this moment in time? I am looking at these moments as if they may have been my own memories. How would I trust another photographer to capture my moments? So if I had to start this all over today, I would worry less about the gear and focus more on the interpersonal relationships. Because people aren't hiring you for the gear, they're hiring you for you. I would spend much more time analyzing my clients. For instance, on stage, I have to anticipate those moments before they even happen, not as they happen. You never want to be a reactive photographer because then you're just watching those moments pass by rather than anticipating it. For instance, on the Death Angel tour, there was 2 moments in which Mark would jump on the stage. And there was a specific venue where they had an LED backdrop that showed a moth in the background. So I was hoping that Mark would jump one extra time, and thankfully he did that night. And I was able to line him up perfectly to make it look like those moth wings were his own. Now that wouldn't happen if I just saw it and sprayed and prayed. If I would have missed the shot. That wouldn't have happened if I was reacting. I wish someone told me what I tell everyone now. To pursue your dreams relentlessly. It took me a long time to build up the confidence to do so, and if I just had that little nudge, I would have done this so much sooner. And my definition of success surely has changed. I still don't have my studio. I still don't have a line of clients waiting for me. And yet, I still have work. I still am pursuing my dream, and I'm happy doing it. Ultimately, I don't think people hire photographers for the photography per se. They hire photographers for the storyteller they claim to be. And I think that's why people hire me for the gigs I'm offered. Because it's not just about the photographs. It's about the stories that we craft together. Whether it's on or off stage, in a restaurant, at a corporate event, I'm there helping shape the narrative. So if someone forgot all the photographs I've taken, I hope they remember the memories that we shaped.